Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
Hey everybody, welcome to Unlocking the Magic. You are listening to show number 172 and we have a special treat for you today. We are in the holiday spirit and we are going to unlock Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
Am I too hyper for you right now?
You're always too hyper for me, but it's okay.
I feel like I need to tone it down just a little. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
There's nothing better, in my opinion, than the holidays and Disney.
True.
So I'm really excited.
In the way that they set up the resorts and the parks for the holiday season, there's just no better time to visit the parks. It's pretty awesome.
It truly is magical and spectacular. So I love the holidays in general. And what's better than the holidays at Disney? The kids and I, we marvel at the castle. It just seems like it's sparkling in ice when it's lit, and I just love it. So today we're going to talk about the party because we get a lot of questions on whether or not it's worth it, who should go, if you're visiting for the first time, is it something that you need to do? So we'll get into our opinions about that. But also we're going to give you sort of the overall vibe and the atmosphere and things that we feel are special to us.
In the beginning, when I first heard about these holiday parties and, they're extra tickets basically, right? You can't really get in unless you have a ticket for these particular parties, even if you do have a park ticket. So if you go during the day and you go to the party, it's almost 2 park tickets. But if you just go for the party itself, I was like, why would anybody want to go for half a day at Disney to these special holiday parties? But after attending them, they're just amazing.
You are on board.
I'm fully on board.
Did you know that it was way back, the party actually first started, Mickey's first Christmas jam. It was actually not really called that. I was trying to be funny. Mickey's first party started in 1983.
I did not know that.
I didn't either. And I mean,
in my defense, I didn't even really know Disney was around in 1983.
That's true. You did
I
have
knew it was around since then, but in the year 1983, I had no clue that Disney was around.
Okay, fair enough. Sorry.
It's okay.
So I don't, I never visited way back then. I wish I did when I was a kid. I hope to see, maybe someday I can grab sort of like an old brochure of the first party. That would be cool.
I wonder what it would be like, what it would look like, the first brochure of Disney and how it's changed over the years.
Yeah,
we should do a show about that.
Like compare the two.
Because this year's show was pretty, this year's party was pretty amazing.
It was. Mickey really knows how to throw a party, you guys.
I just think that they do a great job of, and we went this year and it was sold out. And even with it being sold out, we still got to do a tremendous amount.
I know, it is kind of one of those things where you kind of hope that it's not sold out because then you think, oh, well, if it's not sold out, it won't be crowded. What great. But even with it being sold out, we didn't find it, I didn't find it to be overly crowded or anything, you know?
There's 3 different things that you can do during these parties, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's the whole going from station to station to either get the treat that they give you that comes with your ticket. There's the riding the attractions, and then there's the parades and the shows and the parties.
Yeah.
So they do a good job of mixing those 3 things in. So no matter which person you are, maybe you like to go to the parties and you like to get the special treats and just ride the attractions, you can do that. And then there's those other people who want to meet the characters, who want to see the parties and the parades that only happen during these events. And Disney does a great job of mixing all of those in. So not everybody is in the same place at the same time.
Good point. But I have to be honest with you, sometimes I worry that when they offer all these different things that you are going to want to do everything. And then I was always worried that I would lose you. Like you, it's almost like having the park hopper. It's like you knowing that there's other things you could do doesn't necessarily put you in the moment. But I was surprised. You did a good job.
Well,
so, props to you.
our youngest wanted to meet a lot of the characters. She had her notebook out. She wanted to get
did.
signatures.
Yeah.
And it is, if you are, because they do bring out some of the characters that you don't normally get to see in the parks that often.
They're like celebrities, and I get excited. I can't imagine being a 9-10-year-old kid.
So let's bring it back to the beginning. So when you first get to the park, explain how you have to enter and the whole process there, because you can't get into the parks till 4 o'clock when you have a ticket for the party.
Well, let's slow your roll there.
Okay.
Slow it down, right? So how I like to enter the park or how you enter the park are totally different things.
True. Well, there's probably not a lot of people who went to the park like you, so let's do it like a normal person.
Okay, sounds good. Well, let me just be clear. So one thing that I think gets a little bit confusing is that when you see the park ticket and then you realize that it says 7 to midnight, a lot of times I know people think, well, that doesn't seem worth it. It's such a short amount of time in the parks. But they do, as of 2017, they still allow you in the park early. So you can get there at 4 p.m. and they let you in. However, Bruce, you loved hopping on the bus and getting there right at I think we arrived at 3:30.
Yeah, we were there pretty early. And
yeah, but I do, you know what? I was kind of going back and forth with you about this, about arrival time, because I kept saying, Bruce, they're not going to let us in before 4. What's the point of getting on the bus and going, yes, we took the bus. By the way, I know this is off topic, but taking the bus to Magic Kingdom is probably the best ideas.
I have to change my mind on the bus. If you're staying at a deluxe resort...
it's just deluxe?
Just deluxe.
Okay.
It's not as bad.
I think what is not as bad is that years and years ago, the buses didn't drop you off right in front of Magic Kingdom. And now they do. And I think that really opened up your mind to, you know what? Going from a bus right to the front door surely beats grabbing a rental car or whatever, going to the ticket and transportation center, just all that. You kind of avoid all that.
Nope. I appreciate your opinion, but you're wrong. Sorry.
Okay.
And the reason is
you're
that
wrong.
When you stay at a deluxe resort, there's one stop.
Well,
the bus comes, it picks you up. We stayed at the beach club, so it was the beach club and the yacht. You hopped on the bus together, and you got to the park.
All right.
When you stay at these moderates and these values, there's 47 stops inside of that resort that has to make the stops on.
It's not.
So let's move on.
Okay. So anyway, but I was giving you props once again. I'm being I'm impressed with you because when we did arrive, I forgot that people really love to line up and get there so that when they do allow you in at 4, they're like the first ones in line. So we were kind of in the middle of this crowd, kind of waiting. It was so cool. I made lots of friends. Everyone's dressed up in their holiday best, which is cute. And everyone's just so excited to enter this party. It's like this feeling of kind of a VIP.
It is. They do a great job of having the VIP. They actually it's like an event entrance to the right-hand side this year where everybody had to go in because you got to get your ticket ready.
Yeah.
And then you got to go in to get a wristband.
Yeah.
And the wristband allows you to get onto the attractions and to get the treats.
Exactly.
And they really look for the wristbands. It's not like
they do.
Yeah. You kind of get a wristband on, and all right, you have it on. Although it was kind of chilly, and I had my sweatshirt on. They didn't ask all the time, but they did ask at some time. So you could be surprised, and if you don't have a wristband, they're going to escort you out of there.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
No sneaking around this Christmas party.
My favorite part of being in line and making friends, of course, it was at 3:40. Everyone's in the front of the line started cheering, and we realized they started letting us in. So they actually let us in well before. By the time we got in, it was probably 4 just because you have to go through the line, get your wristband and everything. But I thought that was pretty amazing.
Yeah, and then you walk in the main entrance, and you walk under the bridge, and you walk into Main Street and the main square, and it says, it's like VIP. Everybody at the Christmas party, you go to the right. Everybody else, stay over there.
Yeah, you like
cool.
that.
I did like that. And you walk through it's like a hidden side entrance in the Magic Kingdom.
It did feel like a hidden side entrance. That's exactly how to describe it.
And you get your first treat, which is like a Santa cookie.
This year it was, yeah.
And it was good. Everybody got one.
Yep.
And then you walk in the parks, and it's just like, okay, now you're in the parks. And then you can kind of wander around from 4 to 6 before everybody else is supposed to leave, and the party and the festivities start at 7. And you get to just enjoy the park for a couple hours before it goes. So we got on a couple attractions. And then at 7 o'clock, everything kicks off.
Yeah. Well, I think this is how I want to greet you every day. Like when you're in a bad mood or whatever, not even a bad mood, just whatever, just say, "Hi Bruce, here's a cookie."
Perfect.
Here's a treat. That's the perfect way to kick off a party, especially for you. It's like snacks, I'm in.
This is the perfect party for me because you literally walk around going on attractions with low lines.
Yeah.
You have VIP service, and then you can walk into these stations where they give you unlimited treats.
Right.
You don't even need food at this party.
That that is a good point because I think a lot of times too it could feel a little bit too heavy on the sweets, but it just goes. I don't know what it is about it that I thought all these years, I don't know if the kids will really want to, be into it. It's a lot of sugary snacks or whatever. But just by the way, you can ask for alternative, if you're not a big cookie person or whatever. They do have some, if you have food allergies or whatever, they're so accommodating. But you don't get sick of the sweets.
Well, this year at the Tortuga Tavern, they actually give you a soft pretzel shaped like a snowman.
I feel like we're going to talk about the food this whole podcast.
Well, I'm going to go over there because there's a certain number, and they list it on the pamphlet or on the website. They list you, and they don't really list it out ahead of time. Like, they're very secretive about what's going to happen during these parties until they happen.
That's true. If you go to, I know there was one woman who was trying to get a brochure before the Christmas party, and they were really, kind of trying to explain to her, we do pass these out, but we pass them out on the day of the party. I don't wonder why they do that. It's kind of like, I feel like maybe if I saw the pamphlet beforehand, maybe it would get me more excited to try. I don't know. But anyway.
I'm not going to try to overanalyze that.
Oh.
I'm pretty okay with it. Just like, you know what? I like to just show up and be surprised. Maybe they want you to be pleasantly surprised.
That's true. That's a good point.
And they don't want everybody to be so...
regimented,
regimented with their routine that they don't enjoy the process of going to the party.
That's a good point.
If everybody gets the pamphlet ahead of time, they're going to be mapping it out. There's going to be websites with algorithms of which fast pass and point of purchase you should get first and
where you should do at 4 p.m. to 6,
which map is going to take you on the right trail to take the least amount of steps to get your 4 cookies. It's like, you know what? Just go and enjoy yourself.
Oh, Bruce, I love this. Wow.
And that being said,
yeah,
you can go up to these places as many times as you want.
Yes.
And we have a family of 5. Here's a little tip. We have a family of 5, and sometimes the lines to these treats look really long, but they move pretty quick, and you don't all 5 of you have to go. Like, if you go up and you say, my wife's over there with the baby, she can't come up, they're going to give you, like, the cast members are pretty nice. They're not going to be like, we need to see 5 wristbands. They're just like, here's 5 cookies and 4 slushies.
I didn't even ask that. Did you?
Yeah, because I got you one when you were sitting down.
I didn't even realize. Well, that's awesome.
So, don't take advantage of that.
Right.
And, if you're going to get 17 cookies for yourself, there's plenty to go around, but you can go to each station. But, they do accommodate you like that.
They do accommodate you like that. Really cool. So what I really love about the party, especially this year. Okay, let me backtrack it a little bit. I think weather-wise, we had the perfect evening. I think that's the other part of it. Like, if I want to give any kind of secret away, I would say it's hard because you want to buy your ticket in advance because some of these dates do sell out. But at the same time, if it's like a rainy night or if it's, I don't know, I feel like we just had the perfect weather. And with the weather there, I think could make or break a difference. What do you think?
It was great for us because it was a little bit cool, so it felt a little bit more holiday season for us. You had to wear a sweatshirt. It was a little cool. And it was sold out, but it wasn't too busy. And another quick tip is...
We're not a tip show, by the way.
I know, but I'm giving you some.
Okay.
Because I want you to enjoy yourself.
Right.
If you do look at... Disney has tiered pricing.
Yeah.
So if you look at the pricing is higher on the days that they expect it to be busier.
That's didn't actually even ever look into that.
So if you want to know which days are going to be good for less crowded parties, just look at the cheaper days that they charge because those are the ones that aren't as popular.
Yeah.
So ours was pretty popular because it was expensive and it was sold out. But that being said, even it being sold out, once I'd say the party started, like, I'm not trying to be funny there.
Okay. Once the party started.
It didn't feel crowded at all.
No, absolutely not. So my going back to the beginning. So once you arrive, you get there early. Everybody is just in such a good mood. The crowd, like I said, I made friends in line while waiting. Everybody is in their Christmas colors, holiday colors, and you walk in, you grab your first snack, and you just feel this different vibe. And once those 2 hours are completed, all of a sudden it's like they're overstaffed with all these incredible cast members dressed up, and it's just like a party atmosphere.
It does. It makes you feel, when you go to the stands or anywhere, it makes you, even the attractions, it makes you feel like you're at a holiday party at a business somewhere. Like all the cast members are dressed up, they're in a good mood, they're happy.
I mean, the cast members are always like happy and very accommodating, but it's amplified for this party. So when you go into your first place to grab your snack or whatever, there's what normally is 3 or 4. There's dozens of cast members cheering you, greeting you, wishing you a Merry Christmas, and to me, that's, attention, first of all. I get excited. Like, woo! It's incredible.
And they're dressed in Christmas stuff.
Which
that's
makes
it
a bonus.
A little bit different as well.
That's true. I forgot about how that changes the whole vibe as well. Like when it's like, it happens so quickly too. Like the way that the change happens, they don't have that much time between, with the park closing and then switching it to the party. There's not that much time in between it, but it seems to go seamlessly.
Yeah. And the other thing that I liked about this party is I'm not a huge parade or shows guy.
Oh,
like,
you're not?
Especially on TV. I'm not. In the park, I could not tolerate it. I enjoy it a little bit more. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but when we're in the parks, I don't like to sit down for too long.
Yeah.
So to sit down an hour before the parade starts to get a spot and then watch the parade is just not something that I'm going to do or be fully engaged in.
Yeah.
So I have to say, that being said, the Mickey's Once Upon a Time Christmas Day Parade was probably one of the best parades I've ever seen in my life.
Mickey's Once Upon a Time Christmas Time Parade was...
What did I say?
No, I think you said Christmas Day. I wasn't trying to correct you.
Oh, all right.
Even though it sounded like I did. It's like my tone. I don't know. I'm sorry. That's the mom in me.
I thought I said something wrong, but I did probably say something wrong.
You probably did. But, sorry. I'm so glad that you enjoy this parade because, I know you. And your mind goes to, there's a parade happening. That means the attraction wait times are low.
Right. And I'm not a huge wait time. Like, I'm not a huge attraction to attraction guy, but I'm very much an opportunist.
You, for sure.
So if there's 4,000 people watching the parade and Mine Train is 10 minutes, like, that's my opportunity to go on there.
Totally.
Because I'm not going to strategize my fast passes to go on there. I'm just going to forget it.
Which, you know what? But speaking of that, which because a lot of people say, well, you can't do both. You can't watch the parades and go on the, like, you kind of have to pick. Do you want to ride your favorite attractions over and over again? Or do you, want to see all the shows? You can't do both. But I really felt like we weren't super organized. We certainly didn't have this like documented plan of what we wanted to do. This is our vibe. We love to kind of create these little memories and moments as organically. To me, that's the magic, right? That's unlocking the magic. But I feel like we did get to do both. So especially with the Mickey's Christmas Time Parade, there's 2 showings, one at 8:30 and one at 11. So I think we saw the 11 o'clock one.
We did.
Yeah.
And
it's
I
late,
think
but...
Yeah, you're right. You can't do everything. Here's what I think you can do. You can see the parade in a show or two on the main stage.
Yeah.
And go to the attractions. Mm-hmm. But you can't do the show, the parade, and meet the characters. Because sometimes meeting the characters, the lines are just as long as the attractions.
I don't know. I feel like reading that or hearing that bummed me out for a moment. I think it was like right around 6 o'clock when the park officially closed. And you said, it's hard to do everything. And I thought, well, that's kind of a, bummer. Because I do want to go to, I don't know, I think it was Mine Train that we didn't get a chance to ride or whatever.
Or see the Jingle Cruise.
Oh, right. But we did so much. Like, I just ignore all that, you guys, You
just stop listening to the show right now and just go do it.
Just stop.
Whatever.
Just whatever, right? No, really though, because I don't feel like we really had to make these heavy decisions of what to do, and I feel like we just had an incredible time. But
you should just pick a couple shows or the parade you want to see. Like,
Yeah.
I think the 11 o'clock, if you can make it till 11 o'clock, maybe you have little kids and you can't, then see the parade. Because the parade, I think, is a must-see.
Yeah.
So that's a must-see for me.
Okay.
So if you have younger kids, maybe you want to hit the 7 o'clock one because it's earlier. But if you can hit the 11 o'clock one, it's so much more special.
That's true.
Because then it goes into the show afterwards on stage, and then kind of the park closes.
That's true.
And
Well, but I mean, that's the topic I want to discuss at the very end of the show, like who should and should not go to this party, and it has to do with young kids and staying up till 11 or midnight or whatever. So we'll get into that in a minute, but I just want to mention really quickly my favorite part of this year's Mickey's Christmas Time parade has to be when the toy soldiers come out. I have a short video that I took, and they are the parade to me. I mean, of course, Santa and Mickey, awesome, but something about those toy soldiers, like they know how to march in
Yeah,
a
they do.
parade.
they're
That
pretty
was
impressive
epic.
with those. Those suits don't look very mobile friendly.
They don't, but they could move. Let me
Yeah.
just say, they know.
That was pretty cool.
That was pretty cool.
And it was cool to see the characters that you don't always get a chance to see in the parade.
That's a good point.
Like
too.
they have all the characters there.
Yeah.
All the popular ones that your kids would want to see, or you don't necessarily maybe get a chance to meet in the park because they're not always out when you are. You definitely get a chance to see them, which is awesome because that's what you think of when you think of Disney. You think of the characters, you think of the stories behind that, the movies you remember seeing.
Yeah.
And for your kids to be able to put faces in real life to those, it's amazing.
And I love how these characters are outside. A lot of them are outside, and there's something nostalgic to me about that, and it touches my heart when I see them outside versus in a building where you have to wait in line and go into a building. I know that some of these buildings are amazing and their homes are beautiful, but being able to see Snow White outside, that to me is super cool because even if you don't have time or you don't necessarily want to wait in line to meet her in person, you still get to see her. And that's special.
And they usher them around like celebrities because they are.
They
and
are.
It's cool to see them in you're like, that's Snow White. Look at,
Yeah.
she's walking right there.
I am at a party with Snow White, you guys.
That's better to me than, like you said, waiting in line somewhere to go see her. I would rather see them walking around.
Yeah, that's what I mean. And so even when they're, in a designated area waiting, that's something that little girl in me, is like, I have memories of that when they used to roam the park that way. And so that to me is worth every penny of the party.
I didn't get to see them roam around the park when I was little, but the little girl in me gets excited when I see them roaming around the park now.
I heard you squeal a few times.
Yeah.
You said to our youngest, come on, she's over there. Let's run.
It was like,
It's
listen.
Mary Poppins, you guys. Sorry.
It was Mary. I was excited. We were waiting in line for the carousel, and I saw Mary Poppins walk by. What's better than waiting in line at the carousel, and Mary Poppins walks by you and brushes your arm?
Stop the show for a second because I can't stop laughing.
Like that's unbelievable. Never
is
washing that shirt again.
Never, ever, ever.
She almost touched my shoulder.
She almost touched your shoulder.
So that was an exciting point for me. I don't know if you caught that, but
Oh, I
was excited.
only wish I caught it on video. But
All right, so we talked about a lot of stuff. Let's talk about kind of like what we did this year, and because I walked away, and it was expensive for us to go to this party.
yeah.
It wasn't cheap.
Well, I
And it
mean,
wasn't.
Yeah.
We went, and it wasn't. We didn't plan on going to this party. It was kind of like a last minute thing. Mm-hmm. And when I first decided to go, I was kind of like, I'll go because everybody in our family was excited, but I wasn't super excited. But I walked away, leaving at 12:30 on Sunday, and I said that was probably one of the best, most exciting, fun nights I've ever had in the Magic Kingdom.
Yeah.
I left the Magic Kingdom with that being my favorite park, and I always say every time I go, that changes for me. Mm-hmm. But I left that experience that night saying, this is my favorite park. I'm coming to the Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party every single year, no matter what.
Oh, no. Now you have high expectations.
I just know what to expect now. It's not that my expectations for Disney are always high.
That's true.
And I think that's why you pay a premium. But
think-
they
yeah.
always seem to live up to them.
I think it's expensive when you think about not being able to be at the park from rope drop to closing. So you figure, why would I want to pay, admission ticket for this party when it's only from 4 to midnight, let's say, right? But when you think about everything that you get to see and do in those hours, it's so much worth it. It's so, I don't know, I feel like it's well worth it.
I saw more and did more and experienced more in the Magic Kingdom from 4 p.m. to midnight on that Sunday than I did 2 previous visits to the Magic Kingdom when I was there all day.
Right.
And I had more fun.
I feel like this is a segue. Like, should we talk about who the party is for and it might not be for?
I don't know who it's not for. Like, it's for everybody.
Well, okay, I'm just going to talk about it now. I was planning on saving it towards the very end, but I feel like if you have really young kids, 1 year old, 2 years old, first of all, that's a lot of work on your part. That having babies that young and being able to bring them around to the parks, I think that it's not worth it if it's from that moment till midnight. Because if your child gets tired at 9 p.m., I don't think you're getting your money's worth. So it might be better reserved for a little bit older kids, or those that, like our youngest, who's a night owl.
Listen, I'm a
Thanks for
little
chocolate.
secret here, though. If you do have little kids,
Yeah.
like, hide them. Okay?
No, just
Little
just
kids
go get
watching
them.
this right now, cover their ears. Santa Claus comes to the parade.
Santa Claus does come to the parade.
At the end.
I know.
So-
that is
Kind of, that's worth it to me right
That
there.
is worth
You
it.
get to-
And you know
get to
what?
see Santa Claus. And it's like you go to the Santa Clauses in the malls, and those are Santa's helpers and stuff, right?
I didn't know
I
that.
feel like this was like, if this wasn't the real Santa Claus, it was like his right-hand man.
No, that was the real Santa. So
No,
I
so I'm
think
pretty
that it's pretty cool that he makes his way all the way to the Magic Kingdom. But
Yeah.
I feel like between that and having hot cocoa available, if for sure, we'll keep your 5-year-old, 6-year-old up till midnight. But again, if they're not used to staying up that late, or if you think it's because it's only gonna be more exhausting for you. And that's half of it. You don't want to drag them around, you're not gonna have a good time.
It was pretty hard to wake up the next day, I'll tell you that.
The next day was
By the time you get, especially because we took the bus to
Yeah.
the party, so by the time you get to the bus, to your hotel, and leave the park, it's like 1:30 in the morning.
it is late.
So it's a late night. So I agree with you there. If you have little kids, maybe you wait for this, because it is expensive. You wait for this till they get a little bit older. But if your kids are, say, and it depends, because it doesn't start till 4 o'clock. So maybe you hang out at your resort, you take a nap before you go.
Oh,
and
totally.
You get them all. You go to the pool real early till from when it opens at 9 till noon. Get them all tired out, make them swim a ton, take a 3-hour nap, and then you go.
It's exactly what I did with my big kid, you, Bruce.
Yeah, I know. That's exactly what I did. I just said that. Like, I went to the pool, I got all tired, I took a nap, and then we were ready to go. And it was the best experience of my life.
And not just any pool, Stormalong Bay pool, which is like, that's a whole attraction right there.
That's a whole nother show.
Oh, yeah. But, okay, so back to, what we did and our vibe. So we got there early, we made some friends, had our...
Connie made friends.
I totally made
I
friends.
hung out in the corner.
You did hang out in the corner, which, by the way, we were approached by so many people this vacation. I hope I didn't make it awkward for you guys, because I get so excited when I see you guys. Shout out to Charlie, by the way.
Yeah, thank
You're
you
awesome.
for...
You're awesome.
and Darren.
Or Charlie and Darren.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was awesome meeting you. Okay, so back to that. Got to waiting for you to hop in here, Bruce. Help me out.
I don't know where you're going with this,
Well,
so you have to wait a while.
I'm waiting for what your train of thought was before.
Oh, so you get... So,
Okay.
this is what we did. We got to the party, get there at 3:30. You wait in line, you get your ticket, you get the VIP entrance, and then you just kind of... From 4 to 6, it's open to everybody. So everybody who's already in the Magic Kingdom, which, to me, is a little bit strange.
You know what's weird? It's quiet, because those people that are at the Magic Kingdom that day know that it closes early, so it's not necessarily a busy park day.
Or maybe that's their
in general.
fast pass day. I mean, their
Yeah.
park hopper day where
Yeah.
they're going to go park hop another park. What I don't suggest you do is don't buy a ticket and plan on going to the Magic Kingdom during the day and the party. I feel like that's a waste.
Oh, that's super expensive.
You should go somewhere else
Yeah.
and then come to the party at 4 o'clock. Because I'm telling you, you can get just as much done from 4 to midnight and see and do more than you can being there all day on a regular day, especially if it's a busier season time like we went. So we wandered around. We got a little snack or something to eat. I think there was a show going on right when we first got there, so we kind of just relaxed and hung out.
We had a picnic.
Yeah, we had a picnic right on the grass.
We got Casey Corner's hot dogs.
And then we
had a
went on an
picnic.
attraction, and we said, you know what? 6 o'clock came. They're starting to usher the people who were in the park out. And I think we skipped the first couple parades and shows, and we're like, you know what?
Yeah.
The Space Mountain line was like 15 minutes.
Not even. It was just a 15-minute walk to the attraction. There was no wait.
Yeah, it was like the amount of time it took you to get on was like the wait time because
Right.
the show was going on. The main parade actually at 7 o'clock at that point. We went on Mine Train. We went on Big Thunder Mountain. And then we kind of just was like, you know what? What are we going to do now? We saw these candy cane balloons sticking up. And those were the snack stations. And then we just kind of started hitting the snacks.
How fun is it? Those candy cane balloons. Like, I just feel like what inflatables is what they are. But just seeing those, it's like hunting and like for treasure. Because you kind of almost forget. One thing I noticed about Magic Kingdom that I never noticed really before is that it's really dark at night.
It is really dark at
And
night.
so you can kind of lose your bearings a little bit if you're not familiar. And like, you know, we go a lot and we still kind of lose our. So you kind of forget where all these snack items are offered, and then all of a sudden you see the candy cane.
It like attracts you. It's like it's like a fly to one of those fly things.
Yeah. So I think that's exciting. Kind of amplifies the energy.
And they did have a couple that, like, we have a pamphlet and it's listed where the treats are, but there was a couple, little tip here, insider info, there's a couple that weren't listed on there.
Really? I
And
didn't
the
notice
cast
that.
member's like, you know what? These aren't listed on the pamphlet. These are extra. So they may or may not be there when you were there.
Wink, wink.
But they were good.
Maybe that was just for you, Bruce. They knew you were coming.
They did hand me 4 cookies.
They did hand you for your
So at
cake.
one time, I went up to the counter, and the lady said, 1 cookie or 4, sir? I said, look at me, ma'am. You decide. She's like, here you go. Here's 4.
Here's 4.
She didn't even ask again.
Love the show, by the way.
Yeah.
Here's 4 cookies.
Exactly. She gave me 2 napkins because she knew I was going to need them.
Yeah, you did. Trust
So-
me. Okay.
But that wasn't listed on the pamphlet, so it was extra.
So we
It was like a
kinda-
bonus episode there.
Yeah. So that's exciting. So we did that. So what else did we do?
That's it.
We really just were able to go on Mine Train. What? Twice?
Twice.
Which is, I mean, we never even I didn't reserve fast passes for it ahead of time on our other park days. So we never really got a chance to ride the attraction, which kind of bummed our kids out. And so when we realized that we were going to the party and that we were able to do it, it was amazing.
And I believe now, more than ever before in my entire life, or history of doing the show at least, that those wait times are there to make you go somewhere else. Because the Mine Train said 60 minutes, and we literally got on in 7 minutes.
Listen, let's not give away too much because then it might ruin everyone's experiences
I'm pretty
afterwards.
almost really sure that it's a diversion.
Diversion.
When it says 200 minutes, it says, let's just make this, there's way too many people over here. Put 200 minutes so they go over that way.
Maybe it's a joke between cast members. Like, I don't know. Like, let's see.
They're like, it's real busy. Just put 200 minutes. We need a break.
We need a break. We need a minute. Let's go get some hot cocoa.
So, especially during this event,
Yeah.
Christmas party, those wait times were not very accurate. So, I highly recommend you go in line anyway.
Okay.
All right, let's start wrapping up. What do you think overall? Should you go? Yes or no?
Yes.
Definitely. I definitely suggest you go. It's so much fun. You're going to walk away with a great experience, and I highly recommend it.
I think that, for the first time, if you're visiting Walt Disney World for the first time, I can see that, you don't necessarily want to attend the party. But I think if you love Christmas, you love the holidays, you should definitely think about it or consider it. Because I definitely feel like you could walk away with seeing the Magic Kingdom in the way that it's almost meant to be seen.
It's just a different experience, but
Yeah.
it's a better experience.
Totally.
All right.
And how about, come on, how about the Jingle Cruise?
That was pretty funny. Our cast member, cruise captain, was a little over the top.
She was amazing.
And by a little over the top, I mean she was over the top.
She was over the top for sure.
But it was fun.
The one thing we didn't do this time that I'm kind of bummed is we didn't see the Holiday Wishes fireworks show at the castle. I forget where we were at that moment. And I guess that would go back to that person saying, you can't do everything. But I didn't feel like, I wish we saw it, but I don't feel like we missed out on anything. And that's the point I guess I want to make on the show today.
I think I was on the carousel at that point.
You were somewhere.
And here's a quick tip. If you're on the carousel, I give a lot of tips out on the show.
I don't think we were on the carousel at that point.
Whatever. But we were on some, but here's the thing about
Yeah.
the carousel. The more outside you are on the carousel, the bigger the horses are.
By the way,
So if you're a big dude like me, don't go in the inside.
it's
Because
hilarious.
it's going to look a little bit weird.
And by weird, you mean hysterical?
Yes.
And
it's
so,
like it's only weird when you're bigger than the horse.
yeah.
Leave it to me. I think you guys tricked me. I'm pretty sure you guys told me to go on that on purpose because you wanted to take pictures.
Oh my my gosh.
But that was fun. But if you are going to Disney World, I
Yes.
want to say thanks to our sponsor, Enchanted Escapes. They actually helped us with this vacation.
It was incredible. So thank you so much.
April from Enchanted Escapes booked it all for us, helped us with the dining reservations, fast passes. But if you're going to Disney World, Disneyland, on a Disney cruise, anything that you are going on vacation for Disney, check out enchanted-escapes.com. That's their website, and they are our preferred Disney travel partner. And they're awesome. They do all the work for you. It doesn't cost you any money.
Yeah.
So it's pretty good. But wrapping up, I loved it. I really, really, honestly, truly loved the Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. I can't talk about it highly enough.
This is so unlike you. I
It
feel
is
like
so
you're
unlike
sharing.
me.
Yeah, if you're almost too positive. I don't
I'm
know.
usually Captain Negative over here.
It's like all that sugar and stuff. Maybe you're still kind of in that.
It was just amazing. Like, if
Yeah.
there's anything, like, when I think of what I love to do, it's like go to the Magic Kingdom, short wait lines and attractions, great parades, free cookies and drink, and I'm like, it doesn't get much better than that.
It doesn't.
And that's everything that this party had included in it.
That's right.
So, as usual, towards
So-
the end of these episodes, Connie kind of loses steam, even though she says I do, and she doesn't say much because she doesn't really know what to say.
I feel like you repeat yourself, so then I get bored. I'm so sorry.
Go check us out on Instagram, Unlocking the Magic. And don't forget about our live show on Tuesday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Every Monday night at 8 p.m. We go live on Facebook. We missed the last couple weeks, but we're back.
We're back.
And it's going to be fun and better than
Get
ever.
ready, because we have a few special guests coming on. Hint.
Not on the Facebook Live, but on the podcast.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So,
Okay.
but I also wanted to say thank you to our other sponsor, Kingdom Strollers.
We got to see a lot of Kingdom strollers out when we were there, and it was so cool.
I almost wanted to take a photo, tag them, and be like, I know him. It was like their trucks roaming around, and you saw them on their carriages. But if you have little ones,
It
and
really is the best.
do me a favor, though.
Okay.
Get the double stroller in single line form. Okay? Don't
Are you
get
talking to me?
the double wide stroller.
Listen, we're guilty of that. We used to get the double side-to-side ones all the time.
And I feel like I should immediately go back to everybody we rode the monorail with
yeah.
when we had the double wide stroller and send them a letter of apology.
It does take up a lot of room, but it avoids the whole I can't see, she's in front of me kind
I'm
of thing.
only saying that because I know how bad of a carriage navigator you were.
Me?
So I can only imagine what those people felt
I
like.
was an awesome carriage navigator.
But if you need carriages or cribs and you want to use it your whole vacation, go check out kingdomstrollers.com for more information on that. They are awesome.
All right.
All right. All right. Thank you guys so much for listening. Connie's not having anything else to say, so we're going to end the show
done.
there.
I'm done, you guys. Merry Christmas, you guys. Happy holidays. And thank you so much for all your support.
Yes, and if you have a question or comment, info@unlockingthemagic.com is our email, and unlockingthemagic.com is our website. We'll see you guys next week.
Bye, everybody.